What's up everybody, it's CJ and I'm back with another Pleasantville renovation video. So today I'm going to be furnishing this lot. It's supposed to be a doctor's office. So originally when I googled like doctor office interior just for like inspiration, all the pictures I saw were like very modern, very nice, very sleek, and I did not really want that for this build. So I kind of went with something a little bit more like older, if that makes sense. So the idea is that this is a like husband and wife doctor's office. So the thing is, they're older, but they're getting ready to retire. However, they have a granddaughter who is just about to finish up with med school. So she's gonna try to like, take over the family business and stuff like that. So as of now, they're still in charge, but the granddaughter's kind of still learning the ropes and stuff like that. So basically, the inside is a little bit more older, not as high-tech as some of the, newer doctor's offices are. I feel like this is going to be one of those doctor offices where it's more so just like for checkups and stuff like that. Minor injuries, minor sicknesses. I feel like anything major, they probably won't be able to like operate here because it's just not that big and it's not that equipped. I feel like anything major, people are going to have to go to like a different place, but I feel like just for like the small minor things, maybe like outpatient surgery, stuff like that, they can kind of do here. So we're starting off in the lobby. So you may have noticed there was already some objects that were placed down here. I did not do that. These objects were placed by Boring Bones, I'm assuming, and I didn't really want to delete a lot of stuff in his build because I wanted to keep some of the original ideas. So I did continue by making this into like an office space. I did delete those chairs. I think that might be like the only thing I deleted as far as I know. So I didn't go for the ambitions chairs. I went with these sectionals from the late night pack. They just to me look more doctor office-esque, if that makes sense. I did recolor the countertops that he used. So he used the ones from Into the Future, which I never really use these all too often. If you look close enough, you can see that they actually come with a light underneath them, so it kind of casts a glow. Same thing with these late night chairs. They have like this light, and I don't know. I don't really have an issue with the glowy objects in The Sims, but I don't like when there's not an option to turn it off. So if you've seen the upper cabinets from the Home Chef Hustle pack for The Sims 4, they kind of have something like that. They glow, and I don't like glowy objects. Like, if it's gonna glow, let me turn it off, right? Or at least have a version that doesn't have the glow. But anyway, I'm just gonna look past it this time. So for the office, I'm not gonna be honest with y'all, I struggled a little bit with not just the office, but the entire build, because The Sims 3 doesn't really have that many like commercialized objects, if that makes sense. We do have some stuff like, like traffic cones, and we have like some exit signs, bulletin boards. We have stuff like that, but we don't have a lot of it, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like that's something that The Sims 4 really excels in. Like, honestly, if I was doing this in The Sims 4, I would have just about everything I needed. I would have exam tables, I would have lamps, I would have like medical treadmills. Sims 3 just doesn't have that kind of thing, so I kind of had to improvise a lot. So what I'm doing right now is I was trying to put up some bulletin boards and some magazines. I even put up a little toy box in here. Now this is going to be like a functional rabbit hole. So basically I'm using rabbit hole rugs. So they're like CC objects. They basically take the place of like the rabbit hole lot in The Sims 3. So instead of us having like the actual rabbit hole shell, we have a rug, if that makes sense. So I put that by the front door. I try to put them like relatively by the front door usually when I do these kind of builds, just so you'll know where it is. The rug is the circular one from the base game, so I used a swatch that has the rings around it, so hopefully you can kind of see it a little bit better. It's this rug right here. So basically what will happen is your Sims come here, you can click on the rug, and then you can have your Sims do stuff like become a doctor or get a vaccine or something like that. So in my brain, I'm like, maybe if you play here, you can kind of like pretend that, you have your family or your Sims coming here. So I put a toy box down, I put some magazines up, some bulletin boards, just to try to make it seem more like doctor office-esque. I put magazines, I put calendars. It was just trying to make the place feel a little bit more homey, if that makes sense. So moving on, this is like the other section. So I was kind of inspired a little bit by the inspo pics I saw. So a lot of the pictures I've seen for like, I guess, more modern doctor's offices, they had like either like tile or they would have like really light brown hardwood floor. So I didn't really go for the light brown hardwood floor. I went with the dark brown hardwood floor, but I kind of like that idea of having like some hardwood floors in here, But this is like the only examination room. So I wanted to put tile in here because I felt like in real life tile would be a lot easier to clean than hardwood floor, especially if you have accidents or something like that. So I put some tile in here. I swapped out the doors. That was another thing I swapped out, was the doors. And I put the ones from the ambitions pack. These to me just look a little bit more businessy or like commercial like, I was trying to like figure out what to kind of like include for clutter. So I put some pictures up. up. I remember that we have that really big sciencey type of object from the university pack. So I kind of feel like if they do need to send anything away for like testing, they would mainly send it to the actual like lab lot in this world. But I feel like maybe if it's something kind of small, they could have their own like little machine here. And then this is around the time, y'all, when I remember that we had this other object from the university pack. Your Sims can like basically raise certain skills in the chair, I believe, and to me it kind of looks like an examining table. You know, again, we don't really have anything like that in the Sims 3. We might have like some Sims 4 conversions from Get to Work, but I didn't really want to add to the CC in this world, so like I'm using this as the place of a, you know, examining table. So I have that. I'm also keeping the Master Suite stuff dresser or nightstand that Boring Bones put. So I kept that. I changed the color, and I was really trying a lot, y'all, to kind of improvise and like try to figure out what the heck I can put in here to make this look like a doctor's office. So I came across these like medicine cabinets. They're base game objects in The Sims 3, and I feel like a lot of people use them in bathrooms and stuff, but I wanted to use those in this build to kind of take the place of like a medical cabinet. So you'll see a little bit later on, I like stacked them up like on top of each other just to kind of have like a really big medicine cabinet, and then I put like some other ones on the ground as well. It took a lot, so as you can see now, I'm using like the Sims 3 tool mod to kind of like move the curtains and the blinds in place. So I used it again for the medical cabinet, so I couldn't really get it quite like I wanted it to, so I turned on move objects and I kind of just like placed one on the floor, and then I just placed two above it. So you'll see what I'm talking about in a little bit. And then this is just me now trying to figure out like what else I could put to kind of like clutter up the space. So I'm putting some more sectionals in the corner. I had to keep turning on and off move objects. I even had to like reopen and close my game. I don't know what it is, y'all, but my Sims 3 is getting so laggy. I think it's because I might have a little bit too much custom content, probably, but my game is getting so laggy. So sometimes I have to like restart the whole game, but luckily everything worked out in the end. And then, y'all, I remember that we had these skeleton objects. So there's two, as far as I know, in The Sims 3. So you have one that's debug, and it comes with ambitions, but you also have like the one that comes with university. So I used both of those in here. I'd imagine that maybe this one is like, you know, just to kind of show Sims like, hey, you're having this issue and it's located in this part of your body. And then maybe like the other one is just like decoration for the office, you know. I also put like a little plant in here as well. And then I was trying to like find some like pictures, but we don't really have like any like medical grade pictures in The Sims 3, so I'd use like some charts and graphs and stuff like that. This is what I was and this right here, y'all, is what I was trying to tell y'all. I was trying to use the Sims 3 tool mod to kind of get these two cabinets close together, but I couldn't really get it with the mod like I wanted it to, so I just used move objects to kind of stack them up like you see now, which to me this kind of works as well. I almost did this in the office, but I didn't really like how it looked. But I think it looked a lot better for this kind of lot, you know? And then I also remember, like, when I was in another room. So for this build, honestly, I kind of, like, jumped around a lot. But I remember randomly that we have this spotlight lamp from the university pack. And I was like, oh, that would look good in the doctor's office part, and I was like, that will look so cool in the examiner's office part. So I put that over in the corner. You'll see it a little bit later on, but I think it looks really cool. Like in all, y'all, even though we didn't really have that many like, you know, medical type of objects in The Sims 3, I worked with what I had and I think it looked pretty cool. So moving on, we're like in the like, you know, doctor's office part. So I feel like they mainly do interviews here or like give diagnoses here, stuff like that. So it already came with basically all the furniture that I needed. It came with a desk, a laptop, it came with a coffee machine and stuff like that, and a dresser. So I didn't really delete too much stuff in here. All I really did was I added another chair. I put two in here just in case, you know, like, you know, maybe a couple or something, or maybe like a child and their mom can come sit down and or whatever and like have an interview or something like that. I did go back and add a whole lot of awards in this office, because, you know, I feel like the doctor, you know, the doctor duo, over the years, they've accumulated a lot of awards or recognition or just like medical awards and stuff like that. So I wanted to kind of have a space to kind of put those up on the wall. I was trying to look for it in Buy Debug, but I couldn't find it. And I don't know if The Sims 3 has it, but if you go to Buy Debug, you can get like the high school diplomas, like from the base game. You can kind of just put those up on the wall. But I didn't see where we had the degree ones from the university pack. So I don't know if they're not listed as debug, or maybe I just didn't look close enough. But I would have loved to put up like maybe one of the science degrees up on the wall here, you know, but I couldn't find it, so unfortunately we didn't put it in here. But I put up some other awards and stuff like that. Yeah, this is like when I was telling y'all I was trying to take that medicine cabinet like idea and kind of bring it in here, but it didn't really look that good. So I replaced the cabinets with the bookshelf, and I used the one from the Generations pack, I believe, and I just kind of recolored it. I recolored it at first to match with the bookshelf from the University pack, which it looked really nice, but it was just too big, so I just copied the color over and kind of changed it up a little bit. I really played with the wood tones in here because I didn't really want things to kind of like blend too much together, if that makes sense. But in all, that's pretty much it, I would say, for this room. And then the only other room that we've tackled is the bathroom. So for the bathroom, it already has an all-in-one bathroom, which I think is super useful. So all I really did was I put some counters in there. So I used the same ones from Into the Future. I put a couple of sinks, and I used that like double mirror object from the base game. Oh, and then I did also add a couple of windows in the slot. So I added one in the doctor's office to kind of bring in some more natural light, and I also added one in the like waiting room just to kind of like also add in some more natural light. But in all, it really didn't take me that long to furnish everything. I'm loving how it turned out, y'all. Like, I think I did a good job for like limited objects, you know. But that's pretty much everything for the entire build. Please be sure to stick around for the screenshot so you can kind of see how the lot will look when you go to download it. Please be sure, y'all, to leave a like, comment something down below. I need to probably start furnishing some more of the houses here. I've been having so much fun furnishing all of the community lots. Like, oh, y'all, look, that's the lamp I was telling y'all about. See, that looks so cool. But yeah, I've been having so much fun furnishing the community lots that I haven't really been like furnishing the houses, so I'm gonna probably do another one of those next. But anyway, y'all, that is all that I have for this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye! Thanks for watching!